I would have picked the curl up ponytail. Sometimes you have to learn. You have to let me learn. Mommy, you stay back here? Oh.
So we applying the Ghost Bond lace adhesive. So if you ever want to apply a wig, make sure that the glue is clear before you add the lace to it, okay? Make sure it's clear, y'all.
I am.
You girl. My name is Hope Searcy. I also go by the Hair Doctor. Something unique about me is I love people. I love people. I love helping people. I believe that's what really got me into the hair industry, is because I always wanted to help people. So one thing about me is I will give the shirt off of my back for someone. You probably wouldn't know that from, just the glamorous part of me. But anyways, I would give the shirt off my back for someone, and I always want people to look beautiful on the outside as well as the inside. So, that's just something about me. I love to smile. I'm always giggly. Pretty much I never have a bad day. Pretty much because I just believe every day I wake up with breath in my body. It's a reason for me to live and to be everything God called me to be. So, yeah. So on this particular style, this is my amazing apostle. I make her look so beautiful every Sunday morning while she preaches the word of God. But anyways, this is a sewing. These colors are 613, number 4, number 30, number 27. She got a lot going on, y'all. But overall, it's pretty.
I need to go to Publix. I got no. Want to give me rain chicks.
That's what Apostle Becky kept saying. She said, you and Pastor, y'all Joe be Joe. She said, y'all some good dressers. She said, she came to the hospital. I said, Apostle Becky. Woo! I started messing with my baby dolls. Okay, so let me give y'all the story behind the hair thing. So when I was a little girl, like I told y'all previously, I always want to help people. So I was always asked for baby dolls when I was a little girl. And I used to get a lot of whoopings because I didn't even understand about hair coloring, but I used to use my mama Kool-Aid to color all my dolls' hair. And on Christmas morning, I would get my baby dolls, and by Christmas night, they would have no hair. So I think I developed the gift because I always wanted to be a doctor. And I just believe God twisted and made me a hair doctor. So I'm still in the field of helping people, being an answer to someone's and solving someone's problem in the hair industry. But I believe I've been having this gift. I was born gifted as a hairstylist at a young age. So I've been in the hair industry right now over 35 years. 35 years I've been a hairstylist. So I was a bootleg beautician. I was a bootleg beautician, and I graduated. I've had my license since 1997, my cosmetology license.
Gotta get this name. Yeah, I'm loving the bag.
Woo, to be honest, I don't know. I really don't know who was the inspiration behind me doing hair, because I'm not for sure if anybody in my family was hairstylists. I'm not sure. But I knew my auntie said she used to always braid our hair the night before Easter. And I just believe it was just a gift from God. I don't, like, if I can think about anybody in my family that did hair. I did have a role model. Her name was Marcia, up in Niagara Falls, because I'm from Niagara Falls. And I used to go and shadow her in her shop. So she was one of my inspirations as a hairstylist growing up, you know, being like that trailblazer that I could look at, because she can do some hair. She was a very awesome hairstylist. So I believe that's about it. I don't believe nobody in my family. I think I'm probably about the only one that do hair. I got a cousin right now that's an awesome braider. But I think I'm about the only hairstylist that's in my family. Priority time. People time is valuable. And I just believe when I was a client, I would book a hair appointment and my appointment would be at 9 a.m. And the stylist won't get there till like 10. And by this time, you know, I value people's time. First impression lasts forever. I have a mentorship that I do for young children from the age of 12 to 18. And I teach them the fundamental. It's not about doing hair. It's about the professionalism behind doing hair. So if you terrible in scheduling, or if you don't look like a hairstylist, like I come in suited and booted, that's just not by every stylist. You know, the quote unquote, the stylists never keep their hair done. That's a lie, because I keep my hair done. I always look presentable, because I always say first impression lasts forever. When a client walks in the door, she's a new client, the first thing she gonna look at from head to toe, you're not even understanding. In those few seconds, she has already sized you up. She already, you know, because I wanna look like, if you don't look like I want my hair to look, I probably won't choose you unless somebody referred me to you or whatever. But that's the fundamental of anything. It's not about making money. It's about prioritizing the client, professionalism, timing, because people time is valuable and they don't need to be in those shop 6 or 7 hours for a washing set or just a particular hairstyle. So I'm very, really quick with doing hair, because, you know, people time is valuable. So I think that is the number one key thing, to be a very professional and to have a rotation of clients, is timing.
Okay.
She be putting content out? She not consistent with it. And like I told her, you gonna get people just in the description.
Hairstylist.
They be in the shop too long. And once again, now this new era of hairstylists, I want to wash the client's hair. I don't do the apps. I like to hear the client's voice. You know, there's so many things. I'm like in the era of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So now it's so many new technology things, and I'm with the technology stuff and all that. But when it comes to a relationship, I think you need to not have an app. I don't contest to now they have salon suites where you in a little cubby hole. You know what happens to the interacting with the other stylists. You might learn something from another stylist. So I'm all about team building and all that. But these Atlanta hairstyles, they're about hairstyles. I'm about hair care. And you know, after you take the wig off, I want all my clients to have hair. I don't want, because YouTube is the new hairstylist community, or they think if they go on YouTube they're hairstylists or whatever. But there is fundamental things that you have to do and take so you can know exactly how to apply and to keep a client hair, healthy. But I just believe these apps and all this stuff is just taking. You don't talk to that boy like that. She's like, yeah, she can. Oh, yeah. Girl, she can hear it. And she's the only child, so she don't mind being by herself. She don't mind. True. Yeah, they don't mind.
Jordan told me not to give her this service by not having another kid. So I'm sorry.
I'm about to say. Well, you make sure when it's time for you to have some. The name of my hair salon is Anointed Hair Salon. I will be a salon owner April 1st of this year, 2006. 12 years. But let me tell y'all the backstory behind that. I never wanted a hair salon. I never wanted a hair salon because I worked in 7 hair salons prior to me opening my own. And I just believe as an entrepreneur, as a booth renter, as someone else's vision, I just saw the upkeep. I just saw they, and I just didn't want to spend all my money. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I just didn't want to be taking all my money, the money I made, to put in the bills and all this other stuff. I just wanted the luxury of paying booth rent and leave. So the 7th shop that I worked in was called New Vision. And that was the time I gave God a yes to my hair salon. 6 months later, I opened. The challenge I faced was finding good help. I think every business owner, if you're getting in it to make money, yes, you will make a lot of money. I would never say I make 6 figures. I'm on the next set of figures, praise the Lord. But at the beginning, I think my biggest challenge is good help. It's hard to find good help because, like I said, the stylists now, it just, they doing it at the house. They don't want the upkeep of the hair salon. They don't want to pamper your vision. They don't want to, nurture your vision. So I believe that's the biggest challenge I faced. So the first 3 years of me opening my salon, I ran it by myself. The first 3 years. And then I left that location, and I still worked it, and I got help. It was kind of like a revolving door because people didn't have a clientele, and I kept saying like, why, but one thing about building a clientele, you have to be dedicated, you have to be committed, and you have to be in place. So, and most people, they don't want. So I would say the biggest challenge, it wasn't about the finances. Now that I understand, it wasn't about that. It was finding good help to help me run the vision. What keeps me motivated and grounded is my determination. I always want to see exactly how this whole thing, I want to open up a school. So that is like my biggest motivation, is to gain enough information, to gain enough clientele, to gain enough wisdom and knowledge so that I can pour back into someone else. I would love to clone myself. Everybody don't have the tenacity and the perseverance and and the courage to do what you do, because when challenges hit, sometimes you can, retreat and go back, but I didn't have that. God told me, and everything that I do is spiritual. I'm not holy roly, but everything that I have done was spiritual. And if God told me I can do it, and I remember him telling me, you're not a quitter. So even when it got challenging, I never quit it, because that always ring in my ear, echo in my ear on something God told me about not quitting. And then not only that, God give you other visions. I'll show you my product, the Ultimate Release Lace Glue Remover. So along this journey, he gives you other avenues and other streams of income that will make money off of it.